Oh my god, it's so easy to play with people. Oh, look at it revive me, it's so fucking awesome. The Division is so good. I'm gonna pre-order this thing like 3 times and get it for all 3 platforms. Look, just drop down the animations and the way you shoot people. Oh my god, it's so good. And the graphics, oh, look at that fucking explosion. It's so fucking cool. Look at the wind and the helicopter in the distance. The graphics don't suck, they're actually amazing. Look at that explosion. Oh my god, this is easily Game of the Year material. I'm gonna pre-order all the copies. I'm gonna get the Collector's Edition, the Digital Collector's Edition, the Collector's Edition.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You've got some screws loose in your noggin if you think this game is Game of the Decade or even Game of the Year. I mean, this is just the beta. We have no idea what's to come. And I would like to talk about that a little bit further, because there are some things that are undeniable about The Division, as that it's actually pretty fun, and that some of the systems work to benefit the player and make the game engaging and almost constantly rewarding. But then there's the other side where it's just the beta and we're only getting a small slice of the entire pie, and we just don't know what the whole pie is going to look like or taste like. But before we get to that, I want to discuss what I actually enjoyed about The Division, because I went into it thinking I really wouldn't enjoy as much as I did, but there's a lot of things to like about the game, and the potential is there. And one of those things to like is the game's presentation and visual graphics and UI. It's gorgeous, it's beautiful, it's one of the best looking games I have seen on current gen. And while it might be not the best looking game on PC, for consoles, it's incredible what they were able to push. And not only that, but you have the ability to turn off chromatic aberration and increase the sharpness filter, which is their own solution for anti-aliasing. And it looks really great. You can make the game super sharp without really many jagged edges at all. The lighting and the texture work and even the animations, for the most part, are all exemplary. You have direct lighting on almost every single light source. You have physical-based rendering, so the way the light interacts with textures is much more realistic. And sometimes this can create scenes that aren't very impressive, but for the most part it can create amazing scenes that you otherwise wouldn't see if you didn't use technology like that. The Division also has some incredible use of volumetric lighting on both direct and indirect light sources. It doesn't matter if it's from a lamp or if it's from the sun itself. You don't have to be even looking directly at the sun to see the light passing in between two different objects. And I've only ever seen that kind of lighting used in Grand Theft Auto 5. And if you didn't know, The Division is a loot game. Much like Diablo or Borderlands, you'll go around opening up crates and bags, backpacks, and chests, and finding gloves and hats and jeans and vests and holsters, and of course guns. Lots of guns. You have your primary gun, secondary gun, and your sidearm. Now, because The Division is first and foremost a role-playing game, there are different levels of loot rarity. So you've got your white, green, blue, purple, and orange to signify the strongest gear with the most amount of talents and perks. And from what I've seen so far, it seems like the game, once we've reached endgame, once we've seen all the purples and orange gear and weapons, that there might be a lot of room for build diversity just through all of the perks and all of the talents present on each piece of gear, combined with each character's own set of perks and talents and skill trees. So the potential for lots of build diversity and a really fun time creating a very specialized character is potentially there. And for me, that's kind of exciting, because we get to see that kind of heavy role-playing goodness inside of a third-person cover-based shooter. I've only ever seen that kind of stuff in first-person shooters, really Destiny coming to mind. In my 8 hours with The Division, I also got to spend a lot of time in the PvP section of the game, and it's actually quite a lot of fun, but I do have some concerns, and that is particularly that the best gear in the game is only in the PvP section, as they say so far. This could change upon release, where they're like, oh, by the way guys, we have this like really good endgame co-op content that also has the best gear. I mean, that'd be cool, but I highly doubt that will be the case, which, that's just unbalanced. I mean, why should I be forced to go into essentially a free-for-all zone where it's risk versus reward, and that part plays out decent. It really isn't structured the best because the team leader can kick you out of the party, and then their whole team can just turn on you instantly and then take all your stuff and then leave. And then anytime you want to leave and have your gear extracted, it takes at least 2 minutes to defend yourself while the whole server knows that you are trying to escape, and it just calls everybody to it with this big notification. And meanwhile, you're completely open unless you're playing with friends. And unless you know these friends and are really good friends with them, you know, they might just stab you in the back. And that always exists. And that's not very... I don't like that. I feel like there should be a PvE option in which you can get the best gear without having to worry about somebody basically fucking you over. Aside from the loot issues, though, I feel that the time to kill in the game for fighting other players is pretty reasonable. You can take somebody out within a full clip. I have this double barrel shotgun that just wrecks people up close if I can get both shots just in their body. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. Like, I had this time where we were defending us escaping with our loot, right? And we had this other team show up, so I flanked behind them and they didn't even notice me, so I just like walked up to them and just shotgunned both of them. It was great. It was really good, and moments like that can exist inside of the game's PvP infrastructure, but it's not without its faults. Another big red flag that I have with the way they handled this beta in particular is the locking off of a lot of the skills, all of the talents, and all of the perks for your characters, as well as limiting your level, limiting the rarity of loot that you can find, although you can buy a couple of orange loots inside of the PvP area, but that's still not... They're not being transparent with us. They're not letting us know or showing us what the game could be at the end of the day once it's fully released. They're not giving us any end game. They're not even letting us see how customizable the character creation is. I mean, all they gave us was the ability to choose our gender and then hit the randomize button. And it's cool that there is a randomize button. I'm the kind of lazy player that would probably just do that, but still, at least give us the opportunity to see the kind of character we could make with the full game. Because even with the randomized button now, I'm not seeing a lot of variation here. And if you guys are watching the video too, you can see that it was the same face, either black or Chinese, or that guy, whatever the hell, and just a variety of haircuts and like beards. It's almost as plain and uninteresting as Destiny's character creator. And then we have the cutscenes and the potential of the story. The lore behind it could be pretty interesting if it was done in the right way, but most military-style games like this don't pan out as far as story goes. I mean, look at this chick here. Look at this cutscene where you're talking to this chick. She shows up in the very beginning to give you a little exposition and to just bark shit at you, but it's just not very compelling. I don't care for it. I wasn't engaged. I don't give a damn that she's hurt. I don't even know her. But who knows, maybe the final game will have a decent story with good, engaging cutscenes and character development, and it'll maybe actually have you giving a damn about everything that's happening around you instead of what the game will probably be like, and that's just slogging through missions, completing objectives, doing side tasks, all for the name of loot, and for nothing else. It'll just be a grind for better and better loot so that you can reach endgame faster or complete endgame faster to get endgame loot even faster. Not unlike games like Destiny, where it's just monotonous, thoughtless grind. And I really hope this game doesn't devolve into that, because The Division has the potential for being something more realized than Destiny ever could be. Something more grounded in what good game design is. It's not without its issues. Don't get me wrong, there are still plenty of issues and plenty of unknowns, at least so far in this beta. I'm looking forward to the full release of the game just to see what it'll turn out to be. But I'm concerned. As of right now, it's likely that I won't be buying this game on release, only because it's coming out rather soon, and my girlfriend and I are trying to save money to move out and get our own place, and for that, we will need money. So, if anything, we'll pick this up later on down the road, unless somebody wants to, like, donate a copy to me. But, Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will leave you with the rest of this clip of me taking on 2 people at a time because they decided to be dicks and fight me for the loot that I single-handedly won on my own. So enjoy the video, make sure to rate it, give it that like, and if you like this content, I make videos every 2 days, which are a mix of first and final opinion videos on new and upcoming games like The Division, as well as fun gameplay videos for stuff that I am usually always playing or things that I go back to, like Guns Up for the PlayStation 4, The Binding of Isaac, Bloodborne, Dark Souls, things like that. Thank you for watching, folks. Enjoy this last bit of clip, and I will catch you next time.